Sometimes what God want to do in your life, he would have done it long time ago if he had disconnected you from some of the folk you hang with. Every time he got ready to bless you, you went and got your best friend. And sometimes your best friend is your worst enemy. And then a whole lot of times you can't pray by yourself. You got to have your prayer partner. And sometimes instead of P-R-A-Y-I-N-G for you, they're P-R-E-Y-I-N-G on you. Instead of praying for you, they praying. You don't know, a lot of time God has to strip everything and everybody away from you. And when he gets through stripping everybody away from you, he said, I brought you here where I could talk to you and let you know that the thing you're going through doesn't mean that I don't love you, but I only had to do that to get you to that personal relationship. God said, I don't want it to be nobody between me and you. Your present circumstance doesn't mean that I don't love you. Here are the disciples of the Lord. Sit down, y'all. I'm almost finished. Disciples of the Lord in the 9th chapter of John. They come upon a man that was born blind. And his disciples had some foolish ideas like many of us. Master, who did sin? This man is born blind. Did he sin or did his parents causing him to be born blind? Now anybody ought to know nobody could sin before they were born. So automatically the man didn't sin. But Jesus said neither his parents. He's not in the shape that he's in because of sin, but that the works of God would be manifested in him. In other words, Jesus said the only reason I let this man be born blind was so that I could open his eyes. And a lot of times the only reason God is suffering you to be in what you are in is so that he can have glory when he brings you out. I got to close. But that song that Andre Crouch wrote several years ago, many times I find myself singing it, riding down the street in my car, but I hear myself singing, now I thank God for the mountains, and I thank him for the valleys, and I thank him for the storms he's brought me through. Because if I never had a problem, I would not know that God could solve them, and I wouldn't know what faith in God could do. But through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. Through it all, I've learned to depend upon his word. And all I want to tell you today is, don't let what you're going through shake you. Don't let what you're going through make you feel like God doesn't love you. Because I hear him say, lo, I am with you. When you go through the waters, I won't let the rivers overflow you. When you go through the fire, I won't let the hair of your head be singed. And that's why David decided, I'm not going to let my circumstances get me upset, because I know the Lord, he is my shepherd. Yea, though I walk through the valley. Is anybody in here going through the valley? Shadows of death are everywhere, but I'll fear no evil, because I know I'm not walking by myself. I may have trouble, I may be in the fiery furnace, but Jesus is in the furnace with me. Oh, tell somebody, whatever you're going through, Jesus still loves you.